The most dangerous thing you can do in any relationship is be completely honest. Not because honesty is wrong, but because most people are not equipped to handle what you tell them, and they will use it quietly in ways you never anticipated. You have probably already experienced this. You told someone something personal, something real, and later that same information found its way back to you, reshaped, weaponized, or simply used to make you feel smaller. This is not a coincidence. This is psychology. There is a deeply human instinct to share. When we feel comfortable with someone, when the conversation flows, when someone leans in and says, "Tell me more," something inside us opens. Psychologists call this self-disclosure. It is the foundation of intimacy, trust, and connection. But here is what no one tells you. Self-disclosure is a two-way door. The same openness that brings people closer can leave you profoundly exposed. Not always to bad people, sometimes to good people who are under pressure, people who gossip without malice, people who remember everything in moments of conflict, people who consciously or not use what they know about you to feel more powerful. The research on this is unsettling. Studies in social psychology consistently show that personal information, once shared, is rarely forgotten, and it is almost always categorized. People build mental models of you based on what you reveal, and those models influence how they treat you, how they speak about you, and how much respect they quietly assign to you. The question is not whether to trust people. The question is what you share and when. Psychology identifies 3 specific categories of information that are consistently used against people, not always with bad intent, but with damaging results. Understanding these categories does not make you cold or distant. The first thing, your fears and insecurities. When you tell someone what you are afraid of, failure, rejection, being seen as inadequate, you are not just sharing a feeling. You are handing them a map of your emotional pressure points. In psychology, this is related to what researchers call vulnerability exploitation, not always deliberate, but deeply automatic. The human brain is wired to seek leverage in social hierarchies. When someone knows your insecurities, that knowledge lives in the back of their mind, available at any moment, especially during conflict. A person who knows you fear not being taken seriously will, in a tense argument, say something that triggers exactly that fear. Not necessarily on purpose, but the information is there, and the brain reaches for what it knows. The moment you reveal what shakes you, you have given someone else the ability to shake you. The second thing, your long-term goals and ambitions. This one is counterintuitive. It feels natural to share your dreams with people close to you. It feels motivating. But research in behavioral psychology suggests something different. A study conducted at New York University found that when people announced their goals socially, they experienced a premature sense of completion. The social recognition gave their brain a reward signal it was supposed to earn through achievement. But beyond that internal dynamic, there is an interpersonal one. When people know what you are building toward, they can undermine it, subtly, sometimes unconsciously. Doubt disguised as concern. Comparisons disguised as conversation, timing that always seems to work against you. Your ambitions are fuel. Fuel burns better when it is kept contained. The third thing, the private details of your relationships. When you are hurt by someone you love, the instinct is to talk about it, to process it, to find validation. And there is nothing inherently wrong with seeking support. But when the details of your private relationships become common knowledge, something irreversible happens. People form opinions that do not update. You may forgive the person, you may move forward, the relationship may heal completely, but the people you told will remember every detail you shared in the moment of pain. They will carry that version, the wounded, frustrated version of your story long after you have let it go. Psychologists refer to this as narrative permanence. The story you tell in your most vulnerable moment becomes the permanent record in someone else's mind. Scenario 1. The workplace. A professional joins a new team and trying to connect, shares during lunch that she has always struggled with imposter syndrome. She feels unsure of herself in high-stakes presentations. It feels like a bonding moment. Months later, when a promotion is being discussed, a colleague casually mentions that she always seemed uncertain in group settings. The comment is framed as an observation, not a criticism, but the damage is already done. Scenario 2. The friendship. 2 friends are close. One confides that his long-term relationship has been difficult. Arguments, emotional distance, real problems. The friend listens, sympathizes, and moves on. But 6 months later, when the couple has worked through everything, The friend still treats the partner with visible coolness, still references the rough patch, still carries the old story because no one told him a new one. Scenario 3. The new relationship. Early in a romantic relationship, one person shares their deepest insecurity, that they are terrified of being abandoned. It is an honest moment, a real one. But as the relationship grows complicated, that information resurfaces, not as comfort, but as a quiet power. The other person knows exactly which silences feel like disappearance, exactly which words echo the old fear. The goal here is not to become closed. Walls are not protection, they are isolation. The goal is selective openness, and psychology supports this approach strongly. Before you share something significant, ask one question. What would happen if this person used this information during their worst moment? Not their best, their worst. You do not have to assume the worst in people to practice this. You simply need to be realistic about the fact that people change, relationships shift, and information has a long life. Pay attention to how people handle the private information of others. If someone regularly shares details about friends, colleagues, or family members with you, understand that your information is equally available to them when you are not present. Choose depth over breadth. Share deeply with very few. Share lightly with many. And recognize that trust is not built in one conversation. It is built across time, behavior, and consistency. When you feel the pull to overshare, and that pull will come, usually in a warm moment or a difficult one, pause. Not because connection is dangerous, but because premature depth creates false intimacy. Real intimacy is earned slowly. There is a version of yourself that the world does not need full access to, not because that version is shameful, but because it is sacred. Your fears, your ambitions, the private mechanics of your relationships. These are not conversation topics. They are architecture. They are the internal structure of who you are and what you are building. The most psychologically grounded people are not the ones who are most open. They are the ones who understand the weight of information, who know that every detail revealed is a small transfer of power, and who choose, deliberately and without apology, what to keep. Silence is not the absence of trust. Sometimes it is the highest form of self-respect. Once you understand what information costs, you stop giving it away for free.